the new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com. You are listening to High Score 510, where real talk is our vernacular.
So Cincinnati has a white punt returner and a kickoff returner. Two different people returning punts. That's how I know I gotta start saving money, do better saving money.
Hey, that's what you said about Bill Belichick, man. He's like white receivers are underpriced, man. I'm getting all of them. Like,
that's when you know the economy falling.
Somebody one of the scouts or whatever was like, Bill Belichick would always stay for all the pre-draft workouts or whatever. He's like, because scouts are racist. They'll see like a black dude who's like 6'2" and he's fast. He's like, oh man, we got to get him. But they'll see a white dude and like he's fast too, but they'll be like, I don't know how he's gonna hold up.
That's what I like about Belichick. He didn't see color. He just saw ways of cheating.
All right, two science articles. Number one was saying how all-nighters can help relieve anxiety and depression. Occasionally staying up all night, working on something, getting very little sleep can help reduce anxiety in general and reduce your risk for depression. And so I was like, cool, man. I might have to try that. And then the next article I read was about how lack of sleep increases your chance of dementia by 27%. And I wish all these scientists would be in the same room when they deliver this information, because I'm starting to get it from one end or another. And I was like, which one do I want? Like, do I want to feel good while I'm here, or do I want to not know that I'm here later?
Well, Jared, Brandon, that's why I believe in Jesus instead. I don't listen to no scientists. I trust God.
Have your way, Holy Ghost. Give power to live holy.
When I think about life, I think of family, football, Jesus.
I think we have a sin problem in the world. It's so easy to say we have a race problem. It's so easy. No, we got a sin problem. And I think the answer to our problems is exactly where they were for Martin Luther King when he changed the world. Love, peace, education, tolerance of others, Jesus.
Hey, what's up, Tim?
Sammy.
Tim.
Give me a second. I'm almost done. Hold on. I gotta get this food ready. Sorry, I'm taking a while. I gotta warm up dinner myself. The economy. The economy going bad when white guys are returning punts and playing running backs again.
Come on, man.
I mean, if there's anybody that needs to be on the show this week after Josh McDaniels is fired, it's him.
Oh,
trying to save my money.
I don't think I texted you this, but
you know what, Tim? When I found out it was 1:00 our time, and I texted Jared and I texted the group, but I was so tempted. But I was like, I don't want to wake Tim up, even though I know this is the one thing that wouldn't make him mad.
I said to you guys, man, it was like Christmas morning. I don't think I've been this happy in a long time. And then after a little while, I felt kind of guilty about it. I was like, man, that's fucked up. I shouldn't feel that way about another person's job. But then, but then I realized, he deserved it. So,
and then you started reading the reports that came out this morning, and you said, "Damn it, I should have wished it earlier." You heard that? What he told Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce was just trying to say we could change the culture. This was like a meeting earlier, or I don't know. Did they say when this meeting happened, Jared?
It happened before the Lions game.
Yeah, before the Lions game.
Oh, this was the one where like all the team, the players and coaches were just like dogging on McDaniels. Is this what we're talking about?
Well, because all Antonio Pierce just talked about his Giants team. He didn't mention anything else, and your boy McDaniels took a hard. Told him never to talk about that.
Jared talked bad about my former team. I did
hear about this, actually. Yeah. I think the biggest issue, in my opinion, with McDaniels is that he doesn't know how to take accountability. And he just like rides his players into the ground about it always being their fault. And then the players are like, nah, bro, you're fucking up too, just as much as we are. And he just clearly lost the locker room. And I think today's game against the Giants clearly showed that. Like the I don't know if you guys saw the locker room afterwards, but they're like smoking victory cigars and clearly having a lot more fun than they were with McDaniels. And it's like, yeah, you can't like beat guys into the ground and not let them have fun and just tell them how terrible they are and then never take any accountability yourself, because guys are going to be real quick like, well, no, fuck you. So
yeah,
can't say I'm that mad that it happened. Can't say I was that surprised. My only thing that I was mad about is in our pick'em league, I realized I didn't go in and change. I had made my picks before he got fired, so I didn't go in and change. So I was ready to lose him.
You thought the Raiders were going to lose some
changes
Giants?
this early this morning. I changed that Ram game, changed that.
Even the McDaniel
game,
Raiders would have beat the Giants. The Giants are bad.
No. Did you not watch them play against Chicago? I certainly didn't, because I haven't watched them play in 4 weeks.
Chicago is also bad.
Yeah, that's what. But they got whooped on by Chicago too. It wasn't like
they made Chicago look good, and the next week Chicago looked awful. It looked like they didn't have a football team.
It made them look like the Dolphins, man. Oh yeah, make them look like the Dolphins. Play against dog shit teams look amazing. Play against any playoff team look like an average Joe.
Tiger Woo. I like him.
All right, well, y'all ready to start the show?
Yeah, start it up.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at you can catch us. Hold on, y'all. I'm a little high right now. Hold on, I got caught up.
He's gotten kicked off of so many platforms. I don't know where he catches an OK player. That's the only thing we can make. He can catch us on blackplanet.com. That's it. That's the only thing still around that we can register Black Planet.
You can still download episodes on LimeWire.
and Friendster.
And it takes
you can catch us on X. You can catch us on X video.
You can catch us on xnxxx.com. RedTube. You can catch our videos on RedTube. It's not pornographic. It's just us doing a podcast because we can't go on anything else anymore.
The sensibilities are different there.
I can imagine the comments on that. We just upload our podcast to some porn site.
Dude, you don't understand, Brandon. On S-Bang, fools be, especially around election time, you don't know what videos, everything's titled, who they want you to vote for.
That's hilarious.
Every now and then you catch a whole real movie on there. You're like, man, who the fuck put Transformers on there?
Right.
You research and you go on the interracial and all of a sudden Transformers pop up.
It was interracial with them two black robots.
Jive talking robots, bro.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, one of them had a gold tooth.
That was crazy. They don't even eat. Why the hell did a robot have a gold tooth?
That's what I'm saying.
But catch us on Instagram, YouTube, and on the Twitter at Horcrux Hipster. Also our Patreon page at patreon.com/highscore510 and on TikTok.
Still got one?
Yeah, it's not been banned. I haven't been as active recently, so that's a reason not to get banned.
Yeah, and they also don't care about U.S. copyright too much.
Yeah. Well, shout out to all the listeners out there. Share us with a friend. And we are here with...
this is AG3 coming at you faster than... I don't know. Damn, I really don't know. Maybe... Demi Lovato taking Narcan. I mean, I don't know what to say, Jared. Just say whatever. Demi Lovato taking Narcan. Any other celebrities? I know it's probably bad to talk about celebrities ODing at this time, but that's how fast I'm coming.
Man,
Aaron, what is Narcan, dude? That sounds like a bad drink that I would get.
That's that shit I got after school just in case Nathan ODs.
Or Norcan?
So that one set, Noracon, whatever it's called.
Farrakhan?
Farrakhan, Noracon, I don't know. Is it a relief drug or a goddamn Decepticon? I don't know.
All right, well, here's a soundbite, Aaron.
Now, y'all know we got to get our op back for talking crazy on the net, right? Yeah. Back for that. I just want to know, y'all ready?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm ready. Of course. I'm ready. All right, bet. I want one of y'all to run into his daughter's classroom. She in school right now. Flip the light switch on and off as fast as you can. She got epilepsy. His uncle is homeless. Pull up on him and feed him 10 Popeyes biscuits. No Bev. His son is in the 1st grade, and his favorite animal is a squirrel. I want one of y'all to catch a squirrel, wait for his son to get out of school, and then when he sees you outside, spike the squirrel on the ground. Kill it on impact. His grandma is a Christian. Go outside her house in the middle of the night and play trumpets. She gonna think it's the rapture. And then when she walk up to the window, say, "You are not chosen," and pull off. His grandpa is a Vietnam veteran. He goes shopping inside Walmart. I want y'all to run up behind him, then pop a balloon in his ear. Then I want y'all to pull up to an orphanage and play Dear Mama by Tupac on the loudspeakers. Not because it relates to the op, just because I find it funny. It makes me laugh. After that, I want y'all to break into his house, open up every pack of ramen, take out the seasoning, and fill it back up. He don't deserve flavor. Bro, can we just kill him?
Yeah, you got too much time on your hand. I don't know who had more time on their hands, you watching this or the person making it.
Chris sent that. Chris said that shit.
Chris from Kevin and Chris?
From Kevin and Chris, like it's a TV show.
TV show. That's hilarious.
they like a discount version of the Cameron and Mace show. That's what they remind me of, right? When they get going online. And we'll get to them in a minute. But all right. Well, and we are here with.
Hey, it's everybody's favorite bad tire truck driver. I just want to say being gay doesn't make you happy.
Jesus. We started there today, Pedro.
Hey, Tim, I hope you don't have any job interviews coming up. So.
I do not, fortunately.
I just hope you don't. Will be security work because you will need to time for this to blow over.
Well, just a disclaimer: we are all allies of all people's LGBTQA plus community.
If you're in a healthy community, we don't go for that violent community there. Y'all be raping people.
Oh Jesus!
A lot of gays being aggressive lately.
Breaking news: rape is bad, guys.
Yeah. We also don't stand in solidarity with any type of non-consensual.
Please get the consent to make love, please.
Jesus, Pedro. Okay, well, here we go. Here's yourself, my Pedro.
Man is forbidden to go down on the woman. The woman is forbidden to go down on the man.
Man, that girl with that weave ain't never been in church before in her life.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to believe that weave of hers would have caught on fire as soon as she crossed the threshold. Pussy in there smelling like dick.
Come on, Brady.
Man is forbidden to go down on the woman.
Breath smelling like dick too while she in there. They ain't even got a churchman in her mouth.
The woman is forbidden to go down on the man.
Which scripture is that again?
You sure that ain't Pedro Church that I grew up, that was up that street from the house? That might be Pedro Church, a Blaze Ministries.
And we are here with.
Oh, hey, this is Brandon, aka Taco Pablo. Happy to be here on this wonderful, wonderful week. I'm glad I got to dress up as the Raiders coach for Halloween this year.
I heard you got fired by your kids right after you did that.
Dude, I didn't realize I found out the news while I was walking around trick or treating. I had my Raiders hat, I had my headset, I got my play sheet and everything. And I look at my phone and I was like, Raiders coach fired. And I was like, I need to tag the Raiders in this, man. They looking for somebody right now. They put me out.
So you were Art Shell for Halloween.
So with a bed and breakfast playbook.
Exactly. Got a Waffle House menu for a play sheet.
That was that old Freddie Kitchen menu. Yeah. They had them with the Waffle House menu.
Shit. All right. Well, Brandon, here's your sound bite. Hold on.
I'm putting my family and friends on notice right now. You guys are a piece of shit for allowing this to happen and not saying nothing. Needless to say, by the date on the picture, I could tell this was the last haircut I ever got before I went bald. Yo, look at that shit. Totally unacceptable. I got the beard and the hair Beijing because I knew it was getting light on the top. I already seen that the roof of the coupe was starting to drop back. I tried to cover it up with the Beijing. That didn't work. Look how far away my hairline is from my eyebrows. That's at least 2 time zones.
Well, it's better than James Brown on CBS.
Come on.
Brandon, man, he was trying. He was having a midlife crisis that you ain't having, my brother. Look at that hairline, still cutting.
Yeah, he imagined his hairline looked like Brandon's. That was a problem.
Got out here looking like Nino Brown.
Got about 2 more cuts left, man.
All right. Well, and we're here with a special guest today. Friend of the show, hasn't been on a while, but via New York and Oakland sports fan, and representing with the A's hoodie in New York currently. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What up, everybody? This is Tim, aka the Tent God, aka the Homeless Argentinian. Happy to be back. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Glad to have you back.
Applause.
Wait a minute, you from Mexico?
Come on, jeez. Pedro thinks Spanish started in Mexico.
Well, this soundbite is fitting for Tim and the week.
They lost it. Let me see it.
Look at Adam Schefter.
The Raiders free.
Bro,
Got me fly like a free. Fly like an eagle. They freed me, Grandma.
Crazy thing, he still got a Raiders poster in the house.
Yeah, I was just about to say, with the Raiders in the background. I mean, thank God it all went downhill from there for that man, because that was...
Well, you got to remember, when he did that, he basically lost out like on $40 million guaranteed dollars because he had to be on the roster on that certain day. One more day. If he had just like not done stupid shit, he could have got paid and then still done something to get kicked off the team.
All he had to do was not call Mike Mayock a cracker on the practice field, and he would have been fine.
Well, also he released the phone conversation with.
He was following
He
was following the James Harden playbook of how to get yourself off a team.
I don't understand why we're still.
But he's not as good as James Harden. James Harden's a professional at getting off a team. He got like 4 different ways.
We're still talking about this man like he had any sense. We still, to this day, talking to this man like he didn't get smacked upside the head by Vontae's birthday. It was never the same. Never the same.
That's true. And my name is Jared, a.k.a. DJarTT, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jart. Here's my soundbite.
Tell me, say the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl.
Are you smoking dope?
Damn. Hey, Jared, can I change my beginning, my intro? I want to change it to I want to give props out to this is AG3 coming faster than just when Jada Pinkett was giving people with alopecia a bad name, taking alopecia down the bad place, especially with all the hair she got on top of her head. She's the only person I know alopecia that somehow show up with the flat top that Pedro used to have, and different hairstyles and full set of eyebrows. This because she giving a bad name. Thank you, Josh Dobbs, for bringing alopecia back to where it's supposed to be. You played well, you scored touchdowns, and you had no eyebrows or eyelashes.
Nigga, this is a Cuddy Corner shout out. This is not it's my intro.
I'm messing up because I told you I'm in the wrong place. Okay, sorry, my fault.
In news this week, some really hard-hitting news, guys.
Is it real news or the news like Pedro lying and telling all those truckers that he knocked up Maria Taylor?
Or is this one of these things you sent to us to Instagram DMs? I don't know.
It could be. It could be one of the many.
Are you gonna show us a picture of it so then we can know that you really don't have real news, or we got a real?
I got you. In news this week, college students can rejoice. Cup of Noodles redesigned their cup, which will make it now microwavable.
It wasn't microwavable before. Oops.
This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
In other news, there was one other bit of news I wanted to get to.
Anytime I see Paul Pierce, I just laugh because he just looked like he's still drunk. He's forever drunk.
Joe Smith found out you can't teach old dog new trick. Wait, what's that saying go?
I think you just called her a bitch. I think you just did. I'm not sure.
Oh Lord, no. In a contentious live stream, Joe Smith, the former number 1 overall pick, or his number 2 overall pick?
He was number 1 by the Warriors.
He was their number 1 pick, but is he number 2 pick that?
No, he was number 1.
Number 1 Maryland Terrapin power forward. Joe Smith, they selected him over Stackhouse, which was just like, why would you not just get Stackhouse? Let's go, Stackhouse. Anyways, another great Warriors pick in the mid-90s.
He's the first number 1 overall in 1995.
He had a solid career. But anyways, he found out that his wife has an OnlyFans. Here's how the conversation went.
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So, I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course, I'm mad I'm just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
I'm your partner. You're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no solution.
You knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
I
knew that.
Thought that I would never have to go back to anything like this again.
Beforehand,
but
unfortunately,
that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
Whew.
Man, you want to know what goes through I'm so cynical about shit like this now. Every time I see a video of someone like doing like a reaction post, I'm like, this has to be the fakest shit ever. Because why would someone's first response be when they're going through marital strife to be like, hold on, let me videotape this? Actually, all the time, this feels just like so staged. I'm like, she was probably just trying to promote her OnlyFans, and Joe Smith was in on it.
Yeah, because it sounded like they needed some money. You put that shit out there that you got an OnlyFans, because the first thing I'm gonna do is try to find it. I Googled you, and I can't find what's her OnlyFans name. And I got her name. I ain't got her OnlyFans name.
Go under a porn name. Was it Vanessa Pendarvis or Penn Davis or something
like
that?
No, man, it was not. No. That's what I said. Come on, man. I'm not even going to that one.
What?
You gonna slander a good name?
Pendarvis.
No, that was a porn
church going name. She wasn't a porn star. She was a stripper, wasn't she?
No, porn star. I didn't know this. I changed I'm glad you did this, because I'm gonna change my whole train of thought from last week.
Oh yeah, you're right. He married a porn star.
She's 100% right. What is
that's funny he say this, Tim, because him and Brandon argued with me when this first came out. They argued with me. I said I had no problem with what she did. He ain't coming up with solutions to make some money. She had to get some money for the family.
I said I was agreeing with her at first, and the only thing I said is that maybe she should have told what was going on, but I didn't know she was a porn star. I thought she was a stripper. Now, if you lay down with a woman,
here we go. Just when I thought he was on my side,
her coochie to the whole world, and you have a family with her, and you argue with her, you are dead wrong. She recorded that, Tim. He recorded that to make sure Joe Smith didn't go upside her head live. That's why I believe that was 100% authentic. Joe Smith didn't look like he was acting one bit.
Joe Smith showed about as much passion in that argument as he did during his playing career.
Okay.
I don't think.
That's probably how Joe Smith came out the womb.
That rebound.
That's how. Well, that's how he is.
The fact he cursed shocked me.
He did seem like he was hurt. I think it was real. I think he was.
Somebody else in the background.
Pendarvis. Didn't I just say Pendarvis was a good church name last week? Was that just last week when I said that? You just ruined the Pendarvis name.
The Pendarvis. No, that came out this week on the news.
That's it. I'm only taking good wholesome names as porn names.
Yeah, she came out.
If you want to sign up and enter porn, I got a good name for you. You're gonna be Sister Teresa Calcutta.
Joe Smith, your girl belongs to all of us on here.
Come on, here we go. I told you, here we go.
Okay. Everybody on here. Everybody on here done seen her get penetrated.
What if I've never seen?
I ain't never seen it.
I ain't never seen
it. No, you're going to. So she belongs to you, Tim, Brandon, Jared.
Now that I know her name, I don't know if I can stay away. I can't resist.
Yeah, she belongs in our spirit, because she gave her.
Not for this price she charging.
Well, she got it to that house note probably $6-7 grand, Aaron.
Aaron, I got one question for you though.
Uh-huh.
if this was your wife, you probably would have set up the page for her, wouldn't you?
I probably would have and told her how she wasn't doing it right. We could have made more money off of this.
Aaron would have been working on the lighting and everything. Like,
exactly. I mean, like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this shit right. We're going to make some money off of this. Aaron got some trips he needs to make and a car note he got to finish paying off.
These probably have like different director styles.
And Aaron needs some walking around money.
Get it? There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, "Hey, Gator don't play no shit." You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
Want some walking around money and some new shoes.
Gator don't play that shit.
Ain't never been about no shit.
Can you give me a real title? I need it for my LinkedIn profile. I'm the director of content.
Ain't never been about no shit. Would have been make sure we at the real lighting.
Salute the vagina.
Well, anyways, what do you guys think about Paul Pierce's wife? OnlyFans.
I mean, Joe Smith's wife, dude.
Oh, Paul, y'all got me confused. I think Paul Pierce was you, Aaron.
Probably Paul Pierce's girlfriend. You go to
Paul Pierce's girlfriend probably already is on OnlyFans.
She went on to the what is it? What's that show with Cameron and Mace?
Oh, they got a show?
Yeah, what is it called? Oh, dog on it.
Everybody here is connected to the internet. We should not
exactly.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah, something.
Not what you expected. No, what's it called? Anybody know?
Nigga, you have Google. Like,
I am trying to do other things. I can't multitask right now. Hold on.
You don't think you don't Google well either. Hey Tim, you don't understand. Jared is like the worst Googler in the world, dude. Like, you know.
But you can find special need videos of rappers and stuff.
Brandon sends them.
It is what it is.
And now my algorithm is.
Thank you.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
No, the name of the podcast is "It Is What It Is."
Well, she went on the "Is What It Is" podcast and was being interviewed by Cameron when this happened.
What else have you been doing besides OnlyFans? And what have y'all been going through financially that you felt you had to do this?
I've had a bartending service called Cocktail Hour with Kiss since I've been here. I have a moving company called Major Movers and Cleaning. And then I also have a massage business called the Body Rub Babes.
Nice. Do the Body Rub Babes travel?
Yes, they do.
Are you one of the Body Rub Babes?
Well, I have been, but now I kind of like
Could you be
to do anything.
But if I wanted you to be one of my Body Rub Babes, like, would you be a Body Rub Babe for me?
That is disrespectful.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I don't mean to be a professional or anything like that, but I can't stop looking at your cleavage. Your cleavage is popping, babe. No, you can leave it how it was, man. You can leave it exactly how it was, man. Right now, I'm thinking about cleavage and the Body Rub Babes. But
okay, see now I'm with Tim, man. This all seemed like a setup now. This all seemed like a setup, dude. I'm with Tim now.
It's all about us, son. That's right, baby. It belongs to all of us.
I can't even.
Pedro.
I'm gonna give me a body rub. Jordan, give me a body rub.
Bucket naked.
But hold on. So she said she had a moving company.
She got a moving cup, Sexy Movers.
That's an LLC. Or did she?
It sound like they don't be moved. They scratching your shit all up, man.
They probably bought moving trucks so they could film stuff in them.
Sound like they scratching your shit up. You just got to be a degenerate to call them to move your shit.
Hey man, look, right.
She trying to pay her way through college or some shit, like for real. At 50.
That tells me that Joe Smith ain't made no money in the past how many years.
But you know what it is? It's probably like he has a budget. That's probably what it is. She's like, dude, we got to pay this mortgage.
And that wasn't part of their marriage agreement. The budget was not part of your marriage agreement. When he convinced her to stop doing porn, he goes, "Woman, look at all this money I make. I got $8 million coming in a year." Then all of a sudden that shit stopped. I got kids in college now.
Well, I don't know as much convincing. Like, you got a choice to make, and she made that choice.
In college now, and he ain't made a dime off. He ain't made a dime off of making a basket in a long time.
And if he sticks to the budget, he won't have to make another dime.
I think the concern is that you would hope that if you're married, that maybe he would have been okay with it if she had
I'm starting to think he was okay with it. I'm with Tim, man. This was a plant.
Think it was a plant? Maybe.
I think it was a plant, man. I think it was a plant. She got all this shit, so she never stopped being who she was. This was a plant. He knew.
Conspiracy, brother.
Hell, y'all don't give a shit about me. I'm gonna need a sponge band.
He knew. Ain't no way he allowing her to be a rub girl for so long. And then be like, oh, you got an OnlyFans. OnlyFans is even better. It's just that's the goddamn screen. Oh no, I'm cool to being rubbing somebody down.
You are a registered masseuse, okay? You stay away from Deshaun Watson, okay?
I got a question though. You guys really think that she was doing all that stuff and that this wasn't just like some like Bang Bros infringement moment?
I think I think everything
I've seen all of those categories before at some point.
Yep, I don't think she did none of those. I'm with you, Tim. She wasn't doing none of that.
She just
some Bang Bros screenshots. Here's me as a mover.
She know exactly. I'm gonna give her a lot of credit. She know exactly what to say to make an idiot like Cameron or whichever one. Who was that? One of the diplomats that was there.
Cameron.
I can't tell him up. One of those mediocre New York rappers. I think she know exactly what it take and what to wear to keep them talking and keeping it going and just getting her more hype, man. She probably gonna appear up on No Jumper next. Tim, you just a couple of face tattoos away from being on No Jumper, Tim. We can have our own No Jumper, me and you.
You gotta have sex with your wife first.
No, see, that's what Tim got more class than Joe Smith and Adam 22.
How you get his name right, but not Camera? Oh my god.
Marcus Jordan is engaged to Larsa Pippen.
Yeah, you talking about just an idiot.
Got game, and he was on.
He better off a Joe Smith wife.
He was on Pablo Torre's show and disclosed that he disclosed that he plans to have Michael Jordan or asking Michael Jordan to be his best man at his wedding to Larsa Pippen.
That's a damn shame. I ain't never seen no one live off that. Go ahead, play it. Maybe before I give my comment.
When's the wedding, you guys?
It's in the works. This is my go-to saying right now. You know, I don't think we have like a date. We're still talking about locations and party size and all of that stuff. So it's not really concrete yet, but it'll happen.
Do you want your dad to give a toast at your wedding? How does this work?
Yeah, you know, look, I was the best man at his wedding, and the best man at my brother's wedding, and so obviously we'll keep that tradition going. Is my thoughts on it.
I want in. I want video cameras there.
Now that I've been on the Housewives in Miami. All the producers are inquiring around. When's the wedding? Are we gonna film it on TV? Yada yada yada. And so that's another thing that we're kind of playing along with is whether or not it will air.
What are you leaning towards?
Can I be real with y'all? The twist I need in this whole story is I need Scottie Pippen to be his real dad. That's
hilarious. That's hilarious. When I was young, I used to recycle cans and plastic bottles to buy Nintendo games. And all I can say is, if you let me take her in with that face, I guarantee we'll all have PlayStation 5s on this show. I'll have a traveling PlayStation 5, one for the home. I'll be treating a PlayStation 5
Everyone will have a second Switch. Controller too.
Mm-hmm. Second control. We'll have it all. Man, she had so much plastic in her damn face.
We don't need to buy the bundle. We can buy it separate.
No wonder why my Ford Maverick took so long to come out. They couldn't find all the parts. Half of them was in her face. Her and the Kardashians.
I was wondering, Aaron, why she wasn't smiling, and I realized I don't think she's capable of doing it.
Dude, she smells.
She only has a couple settings.
It hurts to smile.
You gotta heat it up first.
My question is, do you guys think Michael Jordan will accept and be the best man at the wedding for his son, who is marrying his former teammate's wife?
I think Michael Jordan been at 2 of her weddings. This will be her second one. He could be her best man too.
This is absolute silliness. This young man, I don't know where he got lost. I guess Michael Jordan wasn't at home enough to make another man, to lead another man. He led all those basketball players, his teammates, to championship, but he can't lead his son to common sense. Michael Jordan, I'm disappointed in you.
His son was probably almost a teenager when he saw Larsa Pippen and got to knowing her, probably developed a little crush and was just always after it.
How? She looked totally different from when he was young. You don't even look like the same person.
But that's who he sees in his mind is that woman still, and it's close enough. Right?
That was 30 years ago.
Yeah, well, about 25 years ago, 20 years ago.
Hey, man, I had a crush on my second grade teacher, but that was also 30 years ago.
We getting old. Marcus Jordan is not much younger than us. But yeah, so they are getting married. Do you guys think Michael Jordan will accept the offer?
There's
you already said it wasn't.
0% chance. Yeah. It's like a 3% chance he actually goes to the wedding.
Damn.
Didn't he come out and make some statement like, I don't know what the hell my son is doing?
Yeah, he did say something like
that's
that.
What I'm saying. He already said no, I'm not going to be involved in that.
Well, he seemed very optimistic with that cornball brother of the week, Marcus Jordan. Is he more cornball than our friend AG3 though?
I don't know, man. He might be
RG3.
I know he meant RG3, but you never know with Jared.
All right, here he had a couple more things to say. I think right here.
Your love is so real, but you guys also are so intriguing because of who you are. So what's the balance there?
Obviously, look, we're very private people, the Jordans. And so if it was up to me, I think we would do maybe multiple weddings, one private for our family and friends, and then maybe there's one that's a little more public. But, I guess time will tell.
Probably like a fox, I guess.
We are private people, so we might do a second wedding that will be only for private people, but we gonna definitely sell this shit.
The world is crazy, man.
He couldn't play basketball. He couldn't live up to his daddy's name. He said, I got my ticket right now. My golden ticket is to get famous off some goofy ass shit because my wife is on a reality show because of her goofy ass shit and linked to the Kardashians.
That's a weird goal to have. Just let Marcus Jordan know. You ever hear this? Like, you don't have to get married. Like, there's no law that says you have to get married. There are people who are completely happy and just never have a wedding. Like, that is a thing that you can do.
The world knew about that.
She's trying to get into that Jordan money. She already got that Pippen money, and he started losing out. Had to sell shit. She trying to get that Jordan money. Jordan might as well go ahead and make sure she signed a prenup now. Michael Jordan needs to make sure she signed a prenup for him.
Aaron, you said as soon as that Forbes list came out, that's when the news broke.
Exactly. It broke and she ready to sign. She like, hey, convincing him she doing everything she could.
That's where this all has to do with the backlash from the Last Dance documentary. Once Scotty started talking shit about Michael, his son took it personally and was like, all right, I got something for you.
I got something for you. Yeah, this is a great storyline. I ain't got no other talents that nobody knows about. I need to be famous.
Man, that whole family just going down the drain. Yeah, Scottie Pippen Jr. on the same team with Malik Beasley. He can't talk about. Oh, here we go. God damn it. Man, Jared likes going to the well a lot. He'll go to the well even when it's coming up nothing but sand.
Michael B. Jordan is auditioning to play Marcus Jordan in a biopic. He's reading the scene where he asks his father, the real Michael Jordan, to be his best man at his wedding. What will Michael B. Jordan do?
Hey, Papa Air Mike, this me, your real son, Michael B. Jordan. We all know Marcus don't be a Jordan. Especially taking Scottie Pippen leftovers. You ain't never had Pippen leftovers. Us Jordans don't need Scottie Pippen leftovers. Because those are some really leftovers. Those can't even be reheated no more. It's got too much plastic and foil in it. Microwave catch on fire. So Papa Air Jordan. Come with the real namesake, Michael B. And I you know what? I'm going to take this legacy off your hands because your son can't handle it. Fruitvale Avenue, baby.
All right. I don't know if that...
I had someone stop me on the street once. These people were like, oh, yeah, we in town visiting. We trying to get to Fruitvale Avenue to see where that movie was shot at and where he got shot at. And I'm like, it's just the BART station, right? And they're like, wait, there's no placard or anything there? I'm like, if they put a placard for every time someone got shot by the police, They were serious, dude.
There was no plaque.
I was like, oh shit.
There might be a plaque. Should we look, Brandon? You want to look that up?
This is damn plaque at Fruitvale Bar Station, dude.
I think if I remember correctly, there's a mural, right?
It probably was a mural that someone painted.
I think there was a mural.
Flowers on the ground.
See, Aaron, you robbed them people of a chance to go see a nice mural.
I told them how to get to the bar station. I mean, the fact that they was rolling suitcases down the street told me enough.
Y'all need
this conversation too long. They hopping off the Greyhound bus. They would come from the Greyhound station and walking down my street. Enough said.
Oh
wow.
They're close to the bar station.
That Chinese food place down the street.
Hey man, you should be a positive where they need to go because you know they made it,
man. I was walking my dog, man. That was back when my dog could still walk well, and I was like, "Nah, you on your own." They were on their own, Brandon. They had 2 kids and suitcases.
All right. Well,
there's a certain kind of people you meet that get off the Greyhound bus.
He's got AIDS.
In other news, it's a good week in Las Vegas. I almost said Oakland, but in Oakland too. The Raiders fired Josh McDaniels and some dude named Ziegler and some offensive coordinator I never heard of because he ain't been good enough to get any recognition because the offense been dog shit.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Replaced him with Antonio Pierce, 2-time Super Bowl winning linebacker for the New York Giants. Anyway, what do you guys think about the Raiders making a massive change at the top? Worth it or another blunder?
I'll let Tim start this one.
Can it be both? They're still paying him like $90 million, right? So yeah, it's a blunder. Absolutely. The bowl cut didn't come in handy on this one. But at the same time, am I happy? Yeah, like I told you guys earlier, man, it felt like Christmas morning all over again. I haven't been this happy. I can't wait to not see another goddamn visor on the Raiders sideline.
Remember what I told you a couple weeks ago, Tim? Didn't I tell you I was going to I would have broke out the...
Hey, man, you gotta get the projector going.
The overhead projector. I told you I would have broke out the overhead projector for Mark Davis a couple of weeks ago.
At least it's something, right? It's something to look forward to. I ain't watched a football game for the Raiders in about 4 weeks. At least I was able to watch something this week. Aaron, I don't know if you remember me texting you this, but when they were going through the coaching hires, I was like, just as long as it's not Josh McDaniels.
I remember you said that. Yeah, I remember you said
that. To be completely honest, afterwards, just because I want to have faith, I was like, you know what? Maybe he's figured it out. And I will be honest, Josh McDaniels at the beginning was given some good press conferences. And it had me believing for a little bit. And then it took a couple games and I was like, nope, this ain't it.
Yeah. What do you guys think Josh McDaniels' legacy will be with the Raiders?
Come on, the legacy's over, dude. What are you talking about, Will?
Yeah, he's just throwing around the L word all willy-nilly like that.
Just throwing it out. You throwing out the L word like Joe Smith while you talking about love.
What will be the characterization of his tenure with the Raiders?
Well, I mean, we've had a bunch of interim coaches. Three coaches from now, you'll like next season you'll forget he was the coach. You're like, really? Josh McDaniels was the coach? We can go through coaches, man. I think that is the thing about the Raiders. So there's no L word. They're just a bunch of bad moves, and hopefully it works out to something, man. Because
Jim Harbaugh's available.
Hopefully they break it all down. Oh, that for sure. That's Mark Davis' top candidate right now.
Oh, I
Jim
know.
Harbaugh might be available.
Harbaugh.
He can't go with the splashy hire again. That's my big thing. Davis wants some dude who's got like Jerry, you were just saying, he wants like some legacy hire, and it's like, dude, you never should have let go of Bisaccia. That was your first mistake.
That was his first mistake.
Because the players loved him. And, I'm at this point where I'm like, if Antonio Pierce at least ends the season strong,
just stick it out
give him another year or two.
Yeah.
Like give him like a 2-year contract, and essentially you will have given him like 2.5 years to be something.
Yeah.
Because, they keep going to the same goddamn well, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, well, you can hope that Pierce will be able to build a culture, and I think from reports, the culture in the locker room was starting to become very downtrodden or pessimistic or cynical about their approach, and their chances week to week because of whether it's preparation, play calling, or using players in schemes that they can best work for the team. It seemed to be kind of a castle crumbling in on itself. And a report came out this week that at a players and coaches meeting to try and clear the air and make things better, he let players get up and speak and say what they thought the team needed. Coach Antonio Pierce got up and talked about the team having a certain resolve and resilience and believing that they could beat anybody like they did when they beat the Patriots in those Super Bowls when nobody expected them to, or they were the underdog. Unfortunately, Josh McDaniel, being a little prick that he is, took offense to that and apparently said, "Don't you ever talk bad about my daddy and his prostate again." And unfortunately, I think that's when Mark Davis realized that this dude don't got it. He probably should have known he didn't got it back then with all the other shit he's done, but I think that was it. And then he eventually fired that motherfucker. So what do you guys think was the final straw for you when it came to Josh McDaniels?
Man, my final straw for me was when he was in Denver and got caught trying to recording another team's practice.
I was like, he should never get a coaching job again. He went from one cheating organization to saying, I'm going to try and do what they did because I don't know how to coach good.
The owner fired him right away, said, "We do not do this here," and fired him, the old owner of the Denver.
I also happened to draft Tim Tebow for y'all. Good luck with that.
He blew that.
He did win a playoff game because Ryan Clark, for some reason, got that thing that
got sickle cell and couldn't play. And they had to have Bundy in the game playing strong safety. It was basically a linebacker playing strong safety, trying to cover Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Anyways, well, any other Tim, as a diehard Raider fan, and also to you, Brandon, as a diehard, ambiguous, not Raider fan, but still Raider fan.
I died as a Raider fan. Don't die hard. It's dead.
What was the final straw where
all
you
I got
knew?
is old hats and ticket stubs.
And your art shell costume, your art shell Halloween costume.
That's all I got, man.
What was the final straw for y'all, though, when you were like, no, they just need to fire him? He just needs to go. What was your final straw?
Well, for me, at first I thought it was a good hire. Like, oh, he learned something in Denver. He went back to New England. Like he had the humility to go back to New England. I didn't realize because nobody else wanted him. But then I forgot about the Indianapolis thing where he took the job. It's like, no, actually, I'm not going to take the job. Yeah, I thought it was a good hire because I was like, all right, he learned something. He has previous head coaching experience. I didn't want somebody who was never a coach. But boy, was I wrong. And then, like, we were talking a little bit about it before the show started. Like, that New England stuff only works if you win. Because, like, a few teams have tried this, right? Like, the Chiefs, previous GM, they got Scott Pioli from New England. He went there, he's like, I'm going to make a Chiefs way. He hired Romeo Crennel as the head coach. Didn't work out.
Got players shooting themselves in the parking lot.
I'm not going to blame the GM or the head coach for that, personally. But
yeah, that was crazy.
Players shooting themselves in front of the GM and coach in the parking lot.
I agree to disagree. What sparked that? Yeah, like a few teams have done that. Like, oh, we're going to get the New England person. They're going to bring the culture this way. But I think it's such an anomaly being in Boston and just that team just worked out for so long that you can't really recreate it. Like, there's other teams that you can kind of recreate, and like there's something about it that is very specific. Like, if you think about the San Francisco and like this sort of West Coast offense, you could put that a lot of different places. But just the culture and the mindset of Bill Belichick and how they play like 6 different defenses, or they change their defensive scheme every week, or they just had Tom Brady for 15 fucking years. That's why it worked. You can't do that with Derek Carr or whoever the fuck, O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell, that big.
They were all still better than Brian Hoyer.
Dude, yeah, I think he lost the team when he signed Brian Hoyer. That's the short. In short,
the team was lost when he traded.
Why are we going
to the tight end? Traded Waller.
That was
gives up the secret wedding. Announces that he's wedding. Everything.
Yeah.
Hey man. Hey, have you seen Waller play this year though? It was a good trade.
It's the same. It's the same stuff, right? He has his moments, and then he gets a hamstring tear, and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's just a hamstrung guy.
But Jared, to answer your question, it was the visor that did it for me. That's when I knew. I was like, this isn't going to end well. It was them just blowing a lot of really like double-digit leads last year. I think I was watching Jacksonville last year, and they were up by like 20-something points, and I was in Miami at the time, and I was like, oh, shit, we're about to beat Jacksonville. Maybe this is the moment where we actually turn it around and are good this year. And then they just blew it. And I think that was the moment for me where I was like, nope, he's going to lose this locker room real quick.
This guy don't got it. Yeah, no, I think for me, his story will be told as the one good thing he did was he helped expedite getting Derek Carr out of here and allowing the Raiders to move on.
Here we go.
I think it was time. It was necessary. Like, you knew what you were going to be with Derek Carr.
Your mother's dick is bigger than yours.
And eventually you got to just trust the process and say, you know, do we want to be average? We're not able to build a team that is like this, like dominant team. Like Derek Carr needs a really good team around him to be at a level where you could say he could win a Super Bowl. And a lot of quarterbacks are that way. And unfortunately, you give him a certain window. But anyways, give him a little credit on that because my boy Derek Carr, man, you know I love him and I hate him at the same time. Mainly just hate him, but I still love him, Derek Carr, man. But he lost them for sure with the way he treated the players, did not build any kind of rapport. And honestly, for me, he lost me after he cheated and when he backed out in the 10th hour or 12th hour, whatever hour, last minute, to the Colts. He was signed to be the Colts. Like, people had changed their jobs, had put in their notification, and he's, nope, I'm going back to the Patriots, where the fuck he did, and left a trail of people like in his wake of him, you know, not following through with his agreement. And yeah, he didn't sign the paper, so but the fact that he had gone through the agreements in the process of notifying people and getting other people, like, that shows you he's a very selfish person in many ways. And I'm not saying that we all aren't selfish in our own ways, but that is an extreme example in a team sport like that, in a social economic setting that has this, you know, weight that NFL and football and sports has in our society, for good or for worse, good or bad. That's something that you just affected other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? You affected these players that you were coming to and then not coming to. That was, for me, I was like, he should never be coaching again. He can be a coordinator, but nobody should be wanting to give him a head coaching job.
You know the crazy thing about that whole shit, Jared, the more I think about it too, it's like, Andrew Luck was the quarterback of the Colts at that time. And this was when Andrew Luck was like really ascending into, everyone thought he was going to be the next generational quarterback.
Yeah, but it was after he had that shoulder injury.
Like, sure, but his you know what I mean? Like his
still balling.
His pedigree, he was, you know, like, people thought he was going to be the next John Elway. And to be a guy who is like a quarterback guru, at least that's what everyone called him, right? Then, like, the offensive genius that he is, to back out of a opportunity to play with that level of talent at quarterback, right? Like, that is a big head scratcher for me. And I think a lot of other teams should have figured that out. And it's funny because I was listening to Mike Florio, and I hate Mike Florio, but he had a really good point. And he was like, no one ever should have given him a job. And the thing that he did with Indianapolis was he created this sense where everyone was like bidding to get him finally. And, you know, of course, Davis is dumb enough to be like, oh, well, I finally got him. I'm going to reel in the big fish and I'm going to give him this 6-year contract. And I'm going to say he can write his own check, basically. And, you know, it was really shrewd on McDaniels' part, except for the fact that he's not a good head coach. Yeah. And he will never be a head coach ever again. And I can say that confidently. No one is ever going to give him a head coaching job.
Somebody will be stupid enough.
He can't even make.
He doesn't have Brady to go back to. He doesn't have Brady to win.
Seasons. He hasn't been able to make 2 full seasons in either of his coaching jobs. That shows you that he literally, like, the players not only like didn't want to play for him, they like despised him.
You know, that works in college though. He's going to be Boise State head coach.
I would not be surprised though, if he went down. Brandon, to your point, I would not be surprised if he went down and was the offensive coordinator for Alabama next year.
That is true, because that's what a lot of people jump to. They all go to be the offensive coordinator and get there. Then they use that Nick Saban connection to get a job. Think about it. Think about how many alcoholics and perverts he's taken in. Think about how many perverts he took in. Lane Kiffin. He took in what's that alcoholic that coaches?
Wait, hold on. Jack
taking the pervert.
Jim Tressel.
Hold on. You being reckless right now. You being reckless. You call him a pervert. Josh McDaniels. I'm
not talking about Josh McDaniels. I'm just saying.
So if he's willing to take perverts, he could take Josh McDaniels.
He takes perverts and alcoholics and they revive their career, because he'll bring in the recruits that will help him, and then you know, because Nick Saban still believes that for him the innovative passing game is lining up in I formation with a third fullback off to the right.
Josh McDaniels listens to Creed. There's no way he's connecting with these young players and recruiting them.
I mean, do you think Nick Saban connects to him? It's not about connecting.
No, but Nick Saban got that old white man power. He like, hey, listen here, boy. I'll get you in here, get you to the NFL, boy. Your mama won't live like this.
Nick
no
Saban
more,
won't bring him in to be a recruiter. He'll bring him in just to keep the offense from going back to the Stone Age.
It was Josh McDaniels' offense is kind of Stone Age-ish a little bit.
It's still it's more innovative.
He's willing to break the rules. So
Alabama gets a new recruit. Scott Bakula. It's going to be Tom Brady disguised as Scott Bakula from Necessary Roughness. We got this new freshman 40-year-old.
Well, you know what? They bring in someone that look like Kathy Ireland kicking field goals. I'll watch it.
The problem is that he needs Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady. All right, here's the issue, and this makes me mad. And as much as I'm right on Derek Carr, I have to backpedal a little bit, except for the fact that Tom Brady legitimately only has maybe 2 Super Bowls because the rest were like cheated or just bonehead plays by the other team.
Just keep going.
Like literally, like terrible, stupid ass plays by the other team.
He got him. He got him, Jerry. So let's just keep going.
Every time you make this point, he had to win 19 games before he got to the Super Bowl. Like,
No. I'm not
the rest of the fucking season.
Let me get to my point. You guys are some hardcore stands for my boy Tom Beasy. But what I am saying, the fallout of Tom Brady not being the quarterback of the New England Patriots and the coaches that leave him and their track record typically shows that Tom Brady was that good, or he was that consistent and that good. I don't know if he was like that good, but he was supremely clutch and could make things happen late in games, especially when you needed it. So all hats off to Tom Brady. He did win it. I get it. But like 4 of those titles were different from bullshit, cheating ass, filming shit, and then motherfucking, why would you throw a quick slant on the goal line when you run up their ass? And then why would you be over here doing a 7-step drop when you up, you in field goal range? All you need to do is hit a field goal, put yourself up 2 scores, like 2 minutes left, game will be over effectively. You decide to do a 7-step drop with goddamn Matt Ryan, get your goofy ass, slow ass, statty ice,
Jared, so
and then now you out of field goal range, and now y'all end up losing the game because they come down to score. What the fuck? Okay, so anyways, but he did get the other ones, and from what I've seen from Josh McDaniel, from what I've seen from some what's happening with the Patriots right now, I have to reevaluate, and I do give more credit to Tom Brady, so I'm admitting that, guys. So give me a break, okay? Fuck you guys, all right?
Hey, so Tim, who do you think they get next year? Because I think they trade the Rams for McVay. I think McVay wants to get out of LA. I think he would love Vegas.
I hadn't even thought about that.
He'd have some
first round draft pick.
No, dear God, no. The Raiders, but see, the only problem with that is that the Raiders can't afford to give up draft capital because they don't have young players. I kind of want, my sneaky pick is going to be Dan Quinn, though. That's a guy that I think could.
You stay away from Daniel Quinn, okay? He needs to be defensive coordinator.
Dan Quinn from where?
Cowboys, Seahawks, Cowboys D coordinator.
He used to be the
Atlanta Falcons. Remember when Kyle Shanahan sabotaged his Super Bowl chance by doing a 7-step drop on field goal range, and all you need to do is just run the ball, keep it in field goal range. You have you're in a dome. You have one of the most consistent kickers all season. Let him kick a fucking 40-yard field goal, put you up 11 or whatever. Yeah, 11. Okay, and they can't come back. But no, you know what I'm saying? Julio Jones just made a crazy ass catch. He did some Megatron type shit, caught a ball, running down the sideline.
Jared has PTSD from Tom Brady's career.
In field goal range. And then you're like, hey, you know what we're gonna do? I'm Kyle Shanahan. I'm gonna do a play action 7-step drop, and the dude gonna come off the edge, and Matt Ryan can't move for shit.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Cuddy Corner shoutouts. Cuddy Corner shoutouts. Cuddy Corner shoutouts is the segment in the show where everyone gets a chance to rant, complain, or highlight something positive in the world. Cuddy Corner shoutouts. Cuddy Corner shoutouts. It's time. Cuddy Corner.
We're burning now. God, if you let it in, hell, so cold and bleeding now. I meant what it meant. Gonna let you down. He had sex with my mama. We're broken people now. I just said I need a
Aaron, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
I do. I always go into the week crafting, curating my Cuddy Corner shout out. And then some shit usually happens on Sunday and makes me change it. My original Cuddy Corner shout out was going to be on the WNBA and how a league that needs all the press they could get, how the players are just somehow shunning that press. You know, I was noticing this when I watched the WNBA finals, and their players were at a press conference sitting there at the win of the title, trophy on the table. Asia Wilson wouldn't stop cursing, and they're just all WNBA. I don't know if you noticed, but they're really mean towards the media. Like it's like they feel like they're against the media. Like Asia Wilson was just cursing and saying like, yeah, well, y'all didn't believe in us. Y'all didn't do. And it's like, dude, you had a super team. Who the fuck didn't believe in you, right? But then I was reading other reports, like the Chicago Sky has like really been worried about their reporters because the WNBA has been fining their players now because they're like, they won't come out and talk, and then the way they act towards the media. It's like for a league that needs attention, they need to learn how to give if you lost, give the soundbite and be done. And if you won, be gracious. And it's not you versus them. The reason why that you weren't getting attention before was because your sport is boring and hard to watch. But anyway, that's my main Cuddy Corner shout outs. I just want to say, sometimes the best things are left in the past. And sometimes we have moments and times and when things are great. And it's sort of like, if you're a fan of a team that never wins anything,
man,
but you really like that
terrible
team.
way to break up with somebody.
But what I'm saying is this. Come on. Plus, what I'm saying is this. Like, for example, if you were fans of the Oakland A's, especially during the Mark Mulder days, those teams will always hold a significant place in your heart. Doesn't mean you got to root for the team, especially now they're probably moving, right? They broke everyone's heart. You don't have to root for them anymore. And the reason why I brought this up, because Jared has really been preaching to me as like he wants one of us to go, that Lauryn Hill will be performing in concert out here. When, Jared?
On Tuesday in Oakland, and then Friday in SF.
And I'm like, Jared, I was like, Jared, that concert would be great if somehow it came with the time machine so we could go back to 1999 when I first saw Lauryn Hill in concert, and she was great. Right. And she was unbelievable. We could go back to then when her album first came out, and her first album. If we could go back to that's included with the ticket, that would be great. Do I want to see Lauryn Hill perform now? No. And I gave him another sterling example of this was as I woke up this morning. This is this morning when Jared asked me this, and I said, it's funny you asked me that. So this morning, I was privy to downloading a video of someone who, let's just say, was a BBC Dodger in the P World land, right? Alexis Texas. Now, here's the crazy thing. You heard all sorts of stories. I even saw a picture of like a boyfriend of hers in the past that she had hidden. She's definitely wasn't scared of BBC off screen, but she never did it on screen. I remember that's all we ever thought. This big, pretty, thick white girl,
A buxom woman with big breasts.
Everyone's like, oh, she ever did it on scene. She had her heyday back in the early 2000s. So we're talking about like almost 20 years ago.
It was probably like early
2008, right? We talking about 2008, 2000?
Yeah, probably like 2009 to the 12s or 13s ish.
Yeah, that was like her early time. She was in. Never did a scene with the black dude. Never did it. We found out years later, that's all she ever dated. The guys in the porn world, like, she won't do a scene with me, but trust me, we've had some good nights together, right? But Alexis Texas, Dodger, wanted to keep her membership. Finally came out with the first scene. Her first scene on her own OnlyFans. I heard she was charging a lot. I don't know. I got the shit for free. Watched it in the middle of my Going Nuts November, right?
Go Nuts November.
My Go Nuts November.
Hashtag it.
Hashtag Aaron, Go Nuts November. I was a little disappointed in the scene. And you know why I was disappointed? Because the time has passed. Just like when my boy B Plus, Taco Pablo there, sent me like an R&B concert poster from out in there. And he said, all these guys are trying to hide the fact how old they are by wearing oversized coats and hats and then in sunglasses with the lenses the size of rims. He is right. Their time has passed. I understand you got to make money during your tours. Go hit wherever. Have some old women there cheering for you, throwing big draws or whatever, right? But don't try to tempt me and act like this is your heyday. Your heyday has passed. Please don't make music. Just enjoy yourself, tour, make some money. Sometimes the time just passes. And look, I had a lot of fun in college. I had a lot of fun. We used to play basketball every Friday night. Guess what? I don't play basketball anymore. I can't do it. I probably have a 1-inch vertical. I don't know because I ain't going to jump to find out. Because as soon as I do, I'm going to hurt my back. My time has passed. I could do other things now, but not play basketball. Sometimes, Alexis, Texas, your time for Fam and BBC has passed. Don't try to make $1 off of it now. Lauryn Hill, please don't cry in your next concert and mentally break down like you did last time. I hope you got someone there. Hope you got a therapist you could talk to. I hope you don't sing Zion. Just perform the old hits. Let everyone have a good time and show up. Just show up and show up on time. Don't pull a what's some girl that used to be part of Groove Theory? Mel LaRue, who just shows up 3 hours late for a concert knowing that the venue can only stay open for 30 more minutes. Don't pull a Mel LaRue. Just perform, give everyone a good time, a good show, and then go home.
Lauryn Hill has this to say to you, Aaron.
Say, yeah, she's late. She's late a lot. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this Blood Ross stage every night.
Blood Ross. Rastafari man.
I don't do it because they let me do it. I do it because I stand here in the name of God and I do it.
Amen. If Jesus wanted you to be late, he wouldn't have been watches.
Exactly.
Yeah. When the album sold so many records.
Yeah.
You crying already.
Hey, would you like to make another one?
Mm-hmm. By the way, this is my Cuddy Corner shout out. Thank you for you and Aaron walking all over it.
I would say I've not listened to Talib Kweli's song since he defended her. He was on his podcast. I used to listen to his podcast, and he was like, Lauryn Hill does not owe you a show. You bought a ticket in hopes that you'll see her, but if she doesn't show up to the show, like, you just get your money back. It's no big deal. And I was like, this nigga here, you don't sell enough records to be talking like this on your podcast. Maybe I don't owe you a show. He's like, nah, she don't owe you. She doesn't owe you music. She doesn't owe you her voice. I was like, if you put a fucking poster, say you'll be there at 9 o'clock, and you're charging me, there are certain expectations that I'm going to have about this motherfucker thing. He went on and on about how she don't owe you no music, how you owe this, I'm an artist, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And I was like, well, you don't need to be on fucking tour telling people you should go come sing somewhere.
I'm going to be honest, that fool overrated too. He's kind of whack, man. I know I don't speak for everybody. I'm just not that big on him, man.
Yeah.
I remember Talib Kweli tried to coerce Daz Dillinger when he had him on the show. Not Daz, Corrupt. Had Corrupt on the show, tried to coerce him into saying, well, I know we made some music in the past, because he used to do that podcast with this girl. What was the chick's name?
Don't know what podcast it is either.
Anyways, his podcast is still ranked, ain't it? It's up there, and he's got a famous podcast just because he's friends with Dave Chappelle. You know, he's carrying him.
That's exactly right.
So he tried to coerce Corrupt into telling, hey, you know, I know y'all made the music in the past, and you know, I just give you this opportunity to, you know, to just kind of clarify what you mean, and clear history up. And Corrupt said, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And he repeated it. He repeated it 3 times.
That was that famous line.
And I said, thank God, Corrupt, you didn't fall for this cancel culture horseshit. He meant it. And if you listen to the definition of it, he said, he explained himself. He said, and I hate people to explain themselves. I'm tired of it. Don't explain yourself. That's what the music was back then. That's what we was doing. Shit, you're gonna cancel James Brown? No. You gonna cancel what's his name? Chuck Berry? No.
Yeah.
No.
I would say so.
Canceling him. Yeah, y'all Google that.
We ain't cancel Israel yet.
Exactly.
This is how we did things. Brandon, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
I got a couple real quick ones. First one that goes to the WNBA, piggybacking off Aaron. So a podcaster, I'm trying to look for his name right now, has offered $1 million of his own money to the WNBA Las Vegas Aces to play an exhibition game against a national high school team of his choosing. And he bets $1 million that the high school team will beat the WNBA champions.
Damn.
Now, this has gotten a little traction online. Nobody from the WNBA has really responded on this, but I think this is the kind of publicity that this kind of money the players should definitely take. Because he's like, you'll make more money in this game than you will all next season collectively. And then they started breaking down like all the national or all the state champion teams for high school basketball. He's like, well, give me a team from California, give me a team from Texas, give me a team from Florida. Any one of those teams can be the WNBA champions. And I don't think I don't 100%. It's going to be a lot closer. It's like there's some kids who are very athletic, more athletic than anybody.
Is Mattress Mike going to put in on that? Mattress Mike?
So yeah, man, there's one thing we're not getting, and I think my kid, of course, trying to go at them for not trying to maximize on this. Just say, we'll play a high school team, whatever. Like, entertain it. And then if you really think you're like a really good product, like, you just go beat these kids up. All these kids going through puberty probably have little woodies going on while you try to get back down in the post. He's gonna put them in a 2-minute penalty box, put some ice. That's something I would like to see. That's kind of fun with sports. I feel like the WNBA takes itself too seriously, where they won't entertain some shit like that. Ocho Cinco raced a horse one time, like that kind of shit. Like that kind of shit should happen in WNBA. Like, just do shit because you'll take yourself seriously.
Get some sideshow money. Yes,
sideshow money.
Oh yeah,
man, y'all already going out to Russia pimping yourselves out.
Yeah,
y'all already going to China pimping yourselves out. Like, this is not, everybody knows like WNBA is not your main money unless you like Hammond making $1 million a year as a coach. Second one, short one. Some TikToker got online talking about she deserves $150,000 a year because she went to college and got a degree in marketing. She says, I deserve it. People are not hiring her because she doesn't have any experience. And she's like, my degree is my experience. And I was like, welcome to the real world. Like, you ain't actually had a job. So people roast her online. I'm enjoying all the comments on this video, like, thoroughly. I go back to it regularly. So I'm talking about, your humanities classes did not prepare you for any job in the world. Like, no, there's not a job where your humanities class or your PE class in college, like, there's no job that prepares you for that. Like, unless you're going to go into that specific thing, like, the rest of college is a bunch of bullshit. I'm just going to say it out loud right now.
And college is also not prepare you for the corporate sexual harassment and toxic masculinity that runs rampant. So
it is because if you get raped on campus, who you gonna talk to?
Exactly.
Who's gonna believe you? Once again, the High Score 510 podcast does not condone rape.
Brandon said that.
Brandon said that's what I'm saying.
On the way.
Brandon.
In the way, this is the third time
I didn't say nothing about rape, nigga. Brandon was straight there.
No, you said how you gonna deal with toxic masculinity. I just think about who's that guy? Brock. What was that dude from Stanford? Stanford Swimming. Yeah, remember that dude?
Well, he's too delicate to be in jail. It'd ruin his future. Thank you, Judge. Fucking asshole, piece of shit.
Thanks, Judge.
Oh,
those are my two category shout outs, man. Like, college is not real experience unless you go pre-med. You be an intern somewhere. That's real work experience. Like, but the fact that you got an A in biology when I'm hiring you for marketing doesn't really help us here, man. Doesn't really help us. Please go make a job.
I always thought people going to college was a waste of time. I mean, you go for the experience, and when it was affordable, it wasn't so much a waste of time.
I remember CC College; it was like $9 a unit. It was nice back then.
A big part of college, to some degree, especially in certain realms, is like, are you willing to put in the work and train yourself to like what it takes to do work projects? Because a lot of work that you end up getting into will be project based, and it's another way of weeding people out for. It doesn't mean that because you go to college you're going to be more prepared for a certain job than other people. It's a way of proving that you have the capacity to make it through this other system of education. Maybe you're more specialized afterwards or more knowledgeable. But the thing is that, you know what I'm saying, you show the ability to persevere through the the time that it takes to get through that. Where there's a lot of people who can't do that, and some people find ways to work and still work. Some people can't, and they struggle with that shit. Some people are just ignorant as fuck too, though. So I'm not saying everyone that goes to college is hella smart.
But here's the so like it blew my mind one time. The first college graduation I went to was at Cal, and there was like 10,000 motherfuckers graduating. You know what? That shit happens every year at every fucking college. Like, a college degree doesn't necessarily differentiate you in any real way. Like, if you're a doctor, hey, you should probably go to school for that, man. You want to be a lawyer? I'll be going to school for that. You want to be an engineer, computer science? Probably go to school for that. But if you want to be like landscape design, hey, man, like, you just need to get an internship, homie. Like, you don't need to spend $200,000 for that. There's a bunch of stuff like that doesn't make any sense.
College is like a privilege that you can hopefully, in the 4 years, which a lot of people still don't, figure out what it is that you actually want to pursue as a career.
No, you don't pay $200,000 to figure out what you want to do now.
Well, a lot of people,
it's way too high stakes.
But you look at the numbers. There's more people that change their initial major than don't. Right? It's just like most people that go to college end up changing their major at some point when they also realize, it's another way of you figuring out what you're actually interested in or what actually like kind of drives you, and it is a privilege because you can pursue the knowledge base that you more so want to learn about, and even further in grad school. So it is a privilege, but it's a filtering system. It's just like, you have people go through this long application process. You can get the riffraff out of there, or the people typically that can't get through that layer are people that are probably not going to mesh with what you need from them consistently, or to be able to like manage their way through something. In this job, typically there is race and culture and language shit that kind of gets ignored at times, which is unfortunate. But I'll say that college has some benefits. Also, it can help you if you take just like some humanities classes and some politics classes a little bit, and some sociology classes. You'll learn how to do a little thing called critical thinking.
Yes.
And deductive reasoning. And scientific method, and just like those couple like things just compounded just together help you just like not fall for every conspiracy, or just like think that like just be wildly outlandish where like you don't like, I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of lack of critical thinking, and so it is what it is.
It is. Most people that don't learn that, it's the reason why a lot of the red and Republican people fall for all the false narratives and all that, because it's like, when you go to college, you learn what research is. You learn you have to prove, you have to cite all your resources for every paper you write, right? You will fail it if you don't. You can't just make claims that you can't prove or cite, right? And then you learn.
Well, Trump University, they wouldn't. You might not get a diploma though either. So.
That's also what Fauci said. You ain't got to prove shit.
You get your diploma at Trump University. It just ain't worth nothing.
You showed up for a 2-hour seminar on a Saturday in November. Here's your diploma.
At the Trump Tower. You did all your classes at the Trump Tower. It was in
a ballroom at the Trump Tower, 2-hour intensive course. You paid your $3,000 and you get your Trump University diploma.
All you can eat Big Macs at the ceremony.
Okay, yes, I'm gonna change my Cuddy Cutter shout out to that. That's one thing too.
All right, Pietro.
That right there.
Do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
Yeah, a quick one. To people that I heard this on Breakfast Club, and I said, you know what? He's right. I've never heard of anybody going to a seminar coming out rich. I guess they were talking about the DJ Envy thing with the home market flipping they was doing in New Jersey that was fake. And but I got a friend that keeps wanting to do these seminars. We all got friends, okay? They keep wanting to go to these seminars with no proof of income. None of the speakers. All the speakers have all their keynotes, have the keynote speakers and have all their reps there. All of them are rich, but nobody ever went to you never hear about the story about, hey, I did this class and I'm a millionaire. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. So cut it out with these seminars, people. My dad used to do that. Guys, that's what my dad used to do. He used to get people out of their money, go to those the freaky deaky seminars. Like they used to say in Living Color, you learn how to make a sex tape. No, but yeah, that's fake. That's fake money. Nobody can prove, no, if it's not a bunch of people out there successful, man, no,
Right,
Prime America,
yeah.
all that, no, all fake.
Right. Well, I mean, they prey on what you don't know, right? Because because one of those things like, oh, you're gonna make me a millionaire. Like you found this way to make all this money on houses, and you telling me about it. Like, why the fuck do you need me in this situation?
Hey man, just take my class. Hey, now they getting reasonable, man. Hey, you can take my class for $10 online.
Hey man, I love y'all, but if I found a way to make millions of dollars sitting on my couch, y'all be the last motherfuckers I tell. I figured out this way. It's working for me till I get to my numbers.
Exactly.
I was like,
yeah, I ain't gonna take my good ideas. Anyways, second cutting corner shout out. Jared, go ahead and bring up Lauryn Hill again. This hoe right here. I hate to say this. This hoe. This is the reason why Black women can't get ahead because these goddamn excuses. Go ahead and play that.
Yo,
play
y'all
that
think I'm making on this blood rah stage every night.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell Black women to be late to everything. Go ahead and tell them to be irresponsible, Lauryn Hill. Go ahead. Yes, in the name of Jesus, be late. Yeah, name of God. Be late, Lauren. Yeah, tell all the Black women this not be on time, be responsible. Don't pay your band members. Shout out to Robert Glasper. You don't have to do this, Black woman. The same reason why hoes go to church every weekend. Yeah, man. I done fucked Tony and I done fucked Tremaine and I don't know who the baby daddy is, but God forgives me.
Come on, man.
God forgives me.
You were some blue face talk about his mama.
Hey, man, and Lauryn Hill made one of the best albums I ever heard, that we have ever heard.
Yep.
In our lifetime.
Yep.
And then she come up with that excuse like, well, y'all don't want me to make it. Bitch, you probably couldn't get to the studio on time to make another album.
All right, well, my Cuddy Corner shout out goes out to Antonio Pierce, the new Raiders head coach. He had this to say at his opening press conference.
The short story, the matter of fact is I grew up in Compton, California. I was born a Raider. I was born with the Raiders rolling in the Coliseum in L.A. I was rolling with NWA, talking straight out of Compton, rocking Raider hats. So when the opportunity came to work with Josh and Pat Graham and Dave, I jumped on it. So that's what set me up for this. I was born this way.
Yeah, Antonio Pierce
on the damn microphone.
Representing NWA in Compton, California. It was somewhat inspiring, but it was, it's also one of those things where, you're like, hold on.
Oh, shit. Michael B. Jordan.
I ain't even paying attention anymore.
Kobe.
Michael B. Jordan is auditioning to play Antonio Pierce in a biopic. He's auditioning from the scene where Antonio Pierce does his opening press conference for the Raiders. What will Michael B. Jordan do?
Hey, quiet pups. I'm from Compton. I've been from Compton. I've been a Raider for life. I was born to be a Raider. I listen to NWA. I listen to Ice-T. I listened to King Plumo D. I knew what was up. I listened to Nipsey Hussle growing up. That's how I became a Raider. I've been ready to be a Raider. I've been born to be a Raider. Shh, quiet, pups. I'm a Raider. I've been ready to be a Raider. I told you. I knew I was a Raider. I knew I was a Raider since I got off at Fruitvale Station. There's no Raider bigger than me. You can see the Coliseum from Fruitvale Station. That's how you know I'm a Raider.
Good acting.
Wakanda forever, auntie. I went up to Baby Al Davis and said, listen up, Baby Al. I'm going to take this coaching off your hands. That's right.
That's good acting. He's going to win a Tony. He's going to win a Tony for that.
He's going to get an EGOT. All right, well.
Only thing that could have made that better is playing some Meek Mill in the back. Can we do that with our site?
Oh shit, yeah, let's let's do it.
Money.
What we doing?
Yeah.
Make money with this podcast.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's right around the corner.
Trying to, but Pedro over here scaring away every chick to open up her that might be on OnlyFans.
Man,
I don't think it's just. I don't think
he's
it's just
losing
chicks,
us
man.
all.
I don't think it's just.
He losing us all the Bud Light money every week. Every week he say something, we don't get Bud Light money anymore.
Pedro doing that. Jared over here getting us kicked off every platform with every game show he come up with.
Don't worry. Oh, it is November, and that means Thanksgiving is right around the corner.
Oh, thank God you said that. I thought he was gonna say something stupider than that.
Oh, it is still pumpkin spice season.
Yep, exactly, Brandon.
And in observance of No Nut November, has anyone broken the seal?
That shit got ruined by like 12:30.
Unfortunately.
What day was the first day of November?
About today.
It's only the 5th, man.
5th, yeah. So
then I ruined that
Wednesday.
times. I ruined that shit solo with people, both, all of it. I mean, this shit.
No Nut November.
Probably in a couple. You wait a couple of weeks. I might. Who knows who I might else? It might be an alien in there, a third sex, whoever.
Shit, Aaron might be disheveled dick December if he keeps going at this pace.
It's gonna be the opposite, exactly. It's gonna be dried out December by the time I get to dried out November.
Your dick gonna be looking like Dennis Rodman currently do.
Yeah, man. Just call my dick Paul Pierce.
By December, I'm just gonna be tipsy. By December, I'm gonna be pulling rope.
He done fucked it raw.
Aaron look like he's trying to push yarn through a goddamn goddamn water hose.
All right. Well, in other news,
you ever tried to restring like your sweats? That's what it's gonna look like come the end of November. Like I'm trying to ring string sweats. I do the opposite of November. I go nuts in November. I get a week off for Thanksgiving.
Go nuts November. Go nuts November. Let's start a new movement. Hashtag Go Nuts November.
Go nuts November.
Hashtag
How many can you get off? I'm drinking protein shakes. I drank 2 protein shakes today. That's how much I've been going at it. Had to get protein shakes, eating a bunch of yogurt.
got a Costco size Pedialyte.
Dude, I went to Costco and bought my first ever Costco chicken. I got a protein. I must be intaking about 300 grams of protein.
I don't know much about crack, but it seems like a lot of crack. It seems like a real lot of crack
to make up for this going nuts November.
All right, well,
get you one of them giant pineapples.
Yeah, just go ahead, take some supplements too. All right, well, in other news,
I have to get some deer antler spray.